Hey everyone, thanks for checking out this video. Today we're going to be analyzing focus groups versus surveys. When does it make sense to send a survey, or when does it make sense to do a focus group? We'll also chat through some ways that VoiceForm can be really awesome to help augment or support your focus groups, and then again also leverage us for your survey capabilities as well. So first and foremost, we know how staple focus groups really are when it comes to collecting feedback or insight into a particular audience. Even within the market research space, for example, focus groups are fantastic as you really get an opportunity to not only hear from customers, as you might in traditional ways, we get to see them and be able in a very visceral way see how they interact with or even just react to the things that you're putting in front of them or the topics that you're going to be discussing. So in terms of this video today, we're just summarizing a blog post that we wrote on this, so feel free to check it out at voiceform.com. We'll go through what is a focus group, what is a survey, and when does it make sense to do one over the other. So a focus group, ultimately, it involves a group of people coming together for discussion. You could either be introducing them to new concepts, having them speak about their thoughts on a particular topic or area of interest. And these are typically moderated by someone who is ultimately guiding the discussion, being able to have really good insight into when to probe, when to lean back and let users really just open up and share authentically. Know the techniques around not implementing or instituting any bias into the conversation. But really, it's an in-person dialogue or a virtual dialogue where you'll have someone guiding your participants through a discussion and really help draw out great qualitative insight. Versus when you look at a survey, those are typically ones that can take place in many forms, but ultimately they help you scale insight from users. So through quantitative and qualitative means, being able to ask questions to a wider audience that you really can't get into a room or you really can't moderate. So help scale up those conversations. And ultimately, as a fun aside, when we started VoiceForm, it was really, through a problem that we found of wanting to merge kind of the best of what a focus group can bring with the scale benefits of a survey. And so when you are in instances when you, have a project or an initiative where you're looking to get insight from folks, but you can't get them in a room, but you still want to maintain that rich emotive insight that you get in a great conversation, that's where VoiceForm really comes in, because you can leverage voice and video to help draw out those great rich insights that give you the reaction, the tonality, and the emotion behind what people have to say. And so if you have any questions, feel free to check out our website on that. We'd love to show you how VoiceForm is ultimately becoming a great way to get the best of both worlds, scale, reaching audiences across geographies, but still getting those great focus group attributes or kind of qualities that you've come to love with those as well. So I would say as well, when it comes to looking at one versus the other, there are a few considerations that you should think about when looking to do a focus group versus a survey. One is about audience. So is it a large group? Is it a small group? What kind of demographics play into it? And ultimately, what style is going to get you the best insight? Are people going to be more comfortable sharing about a particular topic? Maybe it's more sensitive in person, or add some anonymity to it as well, is something to think about. Response type. Is it something that's more qualitative, long and drawn out, and so it could be instructional, having people walk through something? Is that better instituted for a focus group for you, or potentially a survey? And so length of number of questions, activity types, that kind of all plays into the response type, and ultimately, what mode is best for you. Cost, bringing people together in person can be quite costly. Having a moderator, especially a professional one, can be quite costly versus the economies of scale that come with a survey. Definitely something to think about. Also, efficiency is another one. Thinking about ultimately what's the timeline of your project, speed to insight. Those are definitely things to think about when considering a focus group versus a survey. So which one is right for you? Ultimately, both have their specific pros and considerations to think about. But if you're looking to bring together the best of both, we'd love to show you how VoiceForm works. We are posting videos constantly, sharing more about best practices that we can bring to your market research projects and initiatives or customer feedback initiatives. So feel free to check out our website, reach out to us. Happy to get you started on our free tier. And always feel free to drop in the comments or reach out to us if you have any questions. Thanks so much for tuning in.